What's up, guys? Welcome back to Antics Garage. I'm Sam.
And I'm Brad. Welcome back. I know it's been a while. It took us a while to get the old arm healed up after our mishap, but we're back in the swing of things now. And I think we're going to tackle a woodworking project this go around with a slightly smaller budget than last time.
That budget is going to be $0. We're going to try to make a cajon, also known as a box drum, but our goal is to spend zero money, $0, absolutely nothing. And we're going to show you how we did that in our first ever Freecycle challenge. Stay tuned.
Check it out.
Okay guys, we're diving into this first reclaim challenge. And obviously, if you're going to build something free, you're not going to have the best materials. So we literally just found all this stuff. This is some shelf material, we think, anyway. And my dad literally found this next to a dumpster.
Yep.
So
freebie.
It's pretty much trash. 1/4-inch plywood from another project from who knows how long ago.
Yep.
And some 1/8-inch plywood, like craft wood, that we're going to try to use for the front. But we're definitely not going to get, oh my goodness.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try to get rid of most of it by cutting this guy over here.
That is a great idea.
We got these sides cut to width. We're going to use the sled to cut them to length. It's not real safe to run a long piece across the saw this way up against the fence because it can bind. The sled prevents that from happening.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've got our tops and sides cut out, we're going to put them together, and we thought a unique way of doing that would be box joints, also known as finger joints. So this is just a test piece that we cut out. Basically, you just put a few notches or fingers in them, and they'll just lock into place like that. Fits like a glove.
And these blades are pretty cool because you can cut two different sizes of finger joints with them. If you put them together like this, it will cut a 1/4-inch wide notch. But if you flip them the other way around and put the teeth out like this, it will cut a 3/8 wide notch. And that's what we're going to do on this project. Normally when you're doing box joints or finger joints, the material thickness for both parts would be the same. But since we're building out of garbage, our pieces are going to be different thicknesses. But really all we've got to do is cut deeper notches in the thinner material and shallower notches in the thicker material so that the outsides end up roughly flush. I hope that made sense. It probably didn't, but we'll proceed and figure it out together. Luxurious.
We found another use for the finger joint. Okay, we've got all of our parts cut out. We've got them dry fit just to see if they work. Everything looks great. Now that we have that part done, we're going to take it all apart, put some wood glue on it, put it back together.
Glue. 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 It's a messy job.
Very messy. Seems like we're getting into a sticky situation. Antics Garage is the home of many bad jokes.
Yes.
Most of which we enjoy.
Where the building is sketchy and the jokes are terrible.
We should trademark that.
Glue.
It's gonna be gluing half this table by the time we're done.
Hey, that's what this table is for. Now, attempt to get everything put back together. And get some clamps on it. Please go together. Okay. All right. Now, time for clamps. All righty. We've got a copious amount of glue in all these joints. We've got clamps going in all directions.
Pretty much.
Squeezing it. And we just gotta double check everything for square and smack it around a little bit if we need to. A little bit. Hey, that's close enough for me. We removed the clamps and the chickens are inspecting our work. And apparently they think it's fine, so we'll proceed with the next step.
You've noticed all the teeth and fingers are jutting out just a little bit more than they should, but that's so that way they're nice and intact, and to smooth it out we'll just take some sandpaper to it.
Okay, we figured out that knocking some of the high spots down just with a block plane first and then going back and sanding it seems to work pretty good, so that's what we're doing.
We tried to salvage the old finish, but sanding this down we realized that's not going to work, so we're going to demolish it.
Yeah. We got the finish all sanded off and they got the corners all squared up, but as you can see, hopefully you can see that, this salvaged plywood has got some voids in it and it's not super great quality. So we're going to take some wood putty and try to tidy up these corners a little bit. This is some weird wood putty because it's pink when you put it on and when it dries it's wood colored. Interesting stuff. We'll just hit it with a little hand sandpaper here. And magically, it doesn't look like it was made from garbage.
When we cut the front for this, we're going to make it a little over an 1/8 inch bigger than the actual box, so that way we can trim it down to size and it won't be too small. It's better to have too much than too little.
Rather than use any fasteners or anything, we're just going to glue it on. And like he said, it's just a little bit oversized, and then we'll go back later after the glue dries and trim it flush with a flush bit on a router.
So we decided to use the Antics Garage way of weighting down things. Dumbbells.
I call this gravity clamps.
Yes. Dumbbells, kettlebells, and an anvil. Very random things, but they work.
This is so, I'm not lying if somebody says, do you do free weights? I'm like, yeah.
Heck yeah. If this is not proof, what is? Okay, our top is glued on. And now we're just going to trim this down to size with a flush trim bit on the router tool.
Okay, now that we've got the back trimmed and sanded and ready to go, we're going to put in the sound hole. And the first step of doing that is Sam is finding the center point here by just crossing the corners and make a little X in the middle, and that's our middle. And then we are going to use a router with a homemade circle cutting jig to cut a 5 or 6 inch hole in the middle. So that's the next step. It's a hole!
One size fits all.
It fits wonderfully.
Happy Halloween.
This old recycled wood was pretty crusty in a few spots, and some of the veneer started to sand through. So we are going to give it a quick down and dirty stain job with some leftover General Finishes antique walnut. Got the stain finished up. Looks pretty good. There's a few spots where this used plywood, the veneer is really thin and we sanded clear through it, but don't look real great. But hey, it's made from garbage.
So now basically the only thing left to do is to put on our head for the actual drum. And we're just going to be using some leftover 1/8 inch plywood. That'll just get glued on or screwed on, however we decide to do that, and we're pretty much done.
Got the hole placement marked out, just a little math, and tried to figure out a good place to put all the holes to screw on this cover. We drilled pilot holes to go into this wood, and we countersinked them just a little bit so that these little, I don't know if they're real brass, but probably not. They're just some sort of plated thing. There's a bunch of these I had left over from something else, so that's what we're going to use. And once they're in there, I think they're going to look pretty good.
Okay.
Cajones typically have some sort of snare in them, and you can buy replacement snares at a music store pretty cheap, but I just happen to have a pile of old drum paraphernalia, so I am going to swipe the snare off of this crusty old snare drum and use it. Whee! Yay! Okay. Snare's too long, so sorry, Mr. Snare, but you must be sacrificed.
Okay, so we found this piece of maple wood that we cut down to size so it fits in pretty much just right. And now that we have the snare cut down, we're going to put it onto the wood, see about which angle we want it at. And then once we have that figured out, we'll put some brackets in there, secure it, and then put the snares on.
These brackets will go on the inside of the drum, and then these will slot in there like that. Then if we ever want to turn the snare off, it's not very high tech, but we just reach through the hole and go boop, pop it out, no snare. Okay, got everything just clamped in. These are brackets that are going to hold our snare mechanism. Hopefully this is the right angle. I don't know, there's probably some optimum angle, but I don't know what it is. So we're just going to try this, and if it doesn't work, we'll move it and do something else.
Stopping by the garage to say hi, we've got one of our best fans. His name is Colt. He is a fan. What is your favorite video so far?
When you painted it.
When we painted the go-kart. So Colt's favorite video is the go-kart series part 5.
Yep.
And he is probably our biggest fan so far.
Yeah. I think he might need a couple more years before he can drive Bust a Lime, though.
Probably.
We'll see.
But if you guys haven't seen Go-Kart Part 5, make sure you do it. Colt approves.
Just going to put some clear polyurethane on this to protect it. Give it a nice slick finish. This is just some wipe-on urethane from General Finishes. It's pretty good stuff. Really easy to use.
Just putting the top on. After that, we'll pretty much be done. Rather than using a drill, we decided to do this by hand because this is 1/8" plywood, so it's very likely to break if we do any power tools on it.
Good plan.
So we're just going to do this by hand, and then after that, we're pretty much done. Maybe we'll give you guys a little beat.
Okay, now for some beautification. We cut a little mask of our logo on my vinyl cutter. Instead of just applying it as vinyl, I'm going to use the vinyl as a mask and paint it on there. I think it'll be more durable that way. So that's what's up next. Alrighty. Little black action. Like magic. Nice. Looks good. I'm going to put some little rubber feet on here. Once again, salvaged. Years ago, I took them off the bottom of a guitar amp that had died. And I put them on another case. And I just stole them off of that case. And we're putting them on this. So they're not just being reused, they're being 3-used.
I see what you did there.
That's another pretty bad joke. Sorry about that.
It works.
It works!
Alrighty guys, it's finished. Thank you so much for watching. We were really pleased on how it turned out. Obviously this might not look as good as some of the commercially available Cajons that are out there, but being as though we made it completely out of garbaged and salvaged materials, it looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds fantastic too.
Yeah, we're super happy with it. If you guys wanted to make something like this yourself, even if you went to the store and bought all new materials, probably 40 or 50 bucks, you could have a really nice end product.
Somewhere around there.
Yep.
But other than that, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. If you want to subscribe to our channel, make sure you click about right up here. And we'll see you guys next time.
Alrighty. See you guys.
Dang it. Really wish we had some place to put this tractor seat.
I just wish we had some other place to sit in here.
Yeah.